try to snatch these pigs wanna blow my house down. Head underground to the next town. They get mad when they come to raid my pad, and I'm out in the night who's scared. Yes, I'm the pirate pilot of this ship. If I dip with the ultraviolet dream, hide from the red light beam. Now do you believe in the unseen? Look, but don't make your eyes strain. Like me, it's going insane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the membrane.
Insane, got no brain.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
Insane in the brain.
When I step up in the place, say yo, I step correct. Got you all in check. I got that head nod that make you your neck. I got you all in check. Throw your hands up in the air, don't ever disrespect.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Carolina Panthers taking on the Atlanta Falcons. The veteran punter Bradley Pinion has this one teed up, and we are underway from Atlanta. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Ready. Blue, 32. Watch out now. 52.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks. And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, these two teams, they met in Charlotte earlier in the year with the Panthers coming out on top. So a win here in Atlanta would give them the season sweep.
Young now. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. Nice little juke. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
First down. 95. 10.
Now here's Young. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You talk about this Falcon defense.
They've been very good against the pass so far this year. Number 4 in the NFL right now.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5. I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
Third down, Young from the gun.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
Pushing through the contact. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 14 yards there and a Falcon 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Penix. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. The Falcons at 7-6, a game over 500 on the year. And they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So you know they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
And dropped at the 35, but able to display some strength on the run. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Penix working out of the gun here. And that nearly intercepted. Well, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. But instead, it's 4th down. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Oh, felt like that move deserved more than he got there. A gain of 2. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8.
Okay, ready.
On his own read, a handoff here to Brooks. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. You talk about this Falcon defense. And they're a tough unit to throw against, currently 4th toughest in the NFL.
And when you see a ranking like number 4 in the league against the pass, that's a testament to both their defensive coordinator and the general manager that crafted this unit, and now they're out executing.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
9 yards on the play there, and it'll set him up 1st and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back?
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, Do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, come get a little bit closer this time.
Closer.
Yeah, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll throw with Penix. Finding Tolbert here over the middle. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 7.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Here's Penix. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
And slow going there as they'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Come on, ready?
On 3rd down, they go with Brooks. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
Ready, ready. Strike, check, here we go. Set.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Okay, ready?
A gain of 4 yards. 1st down, Carolina.
Ready.
Young going to give to Brooks. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
That's another Panthers 1st down.
Ready,
1st
ready.
and 10.
Once again, it's Brooks. Down at the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
His throw incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's Young from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And his kick here is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals. It's 6-3. So we're trading first half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Let's go now.
To the air, Penix. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
It looks like, yes, it is 6 defensive backs on the field for Carolina.
They're going with a dime set. And looking to throw, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Looking to throw, Penix. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Nick Scorton. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Now they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And just not a big enough hole to break this one. He gets into the 35 after showcasing that tough running of his. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
19, Tiger, 19.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. Nick Scorton. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 3rd and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That 5th defensive back, the extra defender, he really tightened up things downfield in coverage, and they were able to get to him in the pocket.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. You know, maybe something to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Ready.
First down.
10 play. Ready.
Young. Pressure comes and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Diggs going in motion right. Now Young. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. Well, they set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back 1 pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he's got some space here. He's to the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Quickly able to add the PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Okay, ready?
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
38, ready.
Throwing, Young. Finding Sanders on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
First down, Panthers.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And some space here. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
53.
Young off the play fake. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
And the red zone precision is the watchword. If the throw's a little too early, too late, maybe off a little bit, going to be a good chance that any attempt is going to be a contested one, and that one falls incomplete.
Here we go. Here, flag 2, 45.
Looking to throw, Young. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Well, every
point certainly counts at this stage of the game, but after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
Ready, ready.
Now Young. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. On 4th down on is Ryan Fitzgerald for the Carolina field goal. And his kick is indeed good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Ready up.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Up the middle with Brooks here. And this is going to be a Panthers 1st down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A run out of the gun with Brooks. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Falcons grab it. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 129 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. A point after, good by Groupie. And the lead is up to 8. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone, so this ball will come out to the 30 now. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll go play action with Nix. Now he's going to step up and run. Able to get away. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on second down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He didn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
From the gun on third down, it's Nix. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Loose inside the 30. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Pitts. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll make it second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Tight end has become a bigger and bigger part of the passing game in the NFL, but if you drop the football, that position can get swapped out with a wide receiver in that spot, a running back in that spot. There are other ways they can go if you're not going to catch the ball.
And that's not just his first drop, his second drop of the game. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with them down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
To throw, here's Nix. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
To throw is Nix. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down, Panthers.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. There he goes left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. He had already had an interception earlier. Now Charles, he says, I think I'll get another, and I'll take this one all the way back for the score.
Well, you know how I feel about those defensive backs, especially safeties. They're certainly some of the best athletes on the team. They're asked to do a little bit of everything. And when you combine their athleticism with their field vision, those types of plays result.
On the east side on a Friday night, met up with
Ryan Fitzgerald to kick off for Carolina.
The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Now Penix. He's got it complete to Tolbert. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. Play fake, and they'll throw with Penix. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves him with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll throw with Penix. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. And the Panthers will take over here just shy of the 30. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now it's Nix. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lane. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Nix. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Able to power through, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Panthers First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Nix once more. To the right side, hauled in by McMillan. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 29, here's second and a yard. He's going to try and take off with it. And holding it, maybe the wrong decision as he's stopped in the backfield. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
But not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense. Gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Panther 60, Panther 60, go!
To the air, Penix. Oh, the turnover fuss continues. Here's another interception. Picked off by Trayvon Merritt. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I'll agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now 2nd and 5. Throwing Nix. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Nix to the air. And will find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9 now. Pass caught is Lane with it. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers and a first down here.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard. Well, they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. A 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game, but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
Brooks is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
Falcons, first down. First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Let's go.
Robinson up the middle. And a lane slow materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, they always talk about playing great team defense, and that was an excellent example right there. Everyone on assignment, no one in the wrong spot, everyone filling their gaps.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Again, it's Robinson. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. And looking to throw, Penix. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Robinson, he'll try the left side. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
A quick throw out wide to Mooney. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
19, Tiger, 19, Tiger.
We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Falcons. They've got the football. They've got the lead as we get set to start the 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Handoff now to Robinson. Shrugs him off. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Falcons. Bijan Robinson, 30 yards. And the Falcons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Groupie able to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Drews. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
2nd and 5. Nick's going to keep this himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
On the handoff, this is Brooks. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Lane. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 38-yard line. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Brooks. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times, just that first read that you have, maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Second and 10.
Here's a handoff to Brooks. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. It's complete to Diggs. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line.
And the Panthers first down. A gain of 13 yards.
Back to throw. Nix. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Showed off the toughness, but still corralled shy of the 5 at the 6. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it's 2nd down.
And the 6-yard line.
They'll run with Brooks. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Back in the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line. 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action, maybe throwing it.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Bo Nix, touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point right down the middle, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Following the touchdown, this is Fitzgerald now to send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle, as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And the Falcons, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Panthers are right back in this football game. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Working out of the gun is Nix. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. And they'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Nix. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Oh, this defense knows. 4th quarter, they need to make a play. That one was right for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. We've got a 1-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. They're going. It's Nix. He's got his target. That's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That's good for a Panthers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 39.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
Partner, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Nick's going to keep this himself. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on first down. But give them credit, they recovered in time to deny him the first down yardage. But it's only second and short. So that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Oh, that one's going to hurt big time because it's a one-score game, and they certainly thought with that throw they were getting a difference-making score right there.
They'll try and run for this with Hubbard. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. This is 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
He's back to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone's going to be on the same page right now because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. They'll go for it. Here's Nix. And it's going to be batted down. And we'll go the other way with the football. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch. And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today.